Ladies and gentlemen, the man who has broken all box office records here at Russell's. Will you welcome on stage the fabulous Tom O'Connor?
Bless you and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I must say it's nice to be back at Russell's. Anyone who's here for the first time, you've probably gathered in the couple of hours that you've spent here already how suave and debonair and how quick thinking the gentlemen in the audience really are. Mind you, we are quick. Like the bloke that went into the butcher's. He said, "Hey pal, there's a sausage on the floor." He said, "It's all right, Jim, I've got my foot on it." But it's a natural trait, because being honest, and we can talk freely, we're amongst our own. If we're nothing else round here, by God, we're brilliant. Okay, if we've got a fault, it's probably modesty. I mean, it annoys me, it must annoy you, the fact that we didn't stand up years ago and have ourselves counted because we could have taken over the world. Look how fast we can think. Like the woman shouting at her husband, "Will you put the kettle on?" He said, "I can't get my arm through the spout." Speed. We can think quickly when we're in pain. And the bloke went to the chemist. He said, "Me head, it's like that. You can't see it, but it's like that. Give me something for me head." The chemist said, "Well, nothing acts faster than anodyne." He said, "Well, give us a packet of nothing, will you? Because it's bursting." It's the speed. And we don't abuse our gifts. You won't find people from round here going out and purposely taking the mickey out of others. We wouldn't do that. Good God. If anything, we try to help. Like the little old lady met the student. She said, "What to do, son?" He said, "I'm at the university taking medicine." She said, "Is it doing you any good?" You know, we try to help. The only people we upset are those who upset us, like show-offs, posers. The big yank come out the dock gate, 48 cameras round his head. Went into a dockside pub and there's a father and son standing there. The father's a bit Mutt and Jeff, and he's left his hearing aid at home, and they're standing there. This fellow went in and he said, "Can I have a glass of that dark beer, please?" The young fella said, "You're American, aren't you?" He says, "As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm from San Diego, California." He said, "He's American! American! From America!" He said, "I'm over here on holiday." "On his holidays! Over here!" His last time I came into this pub was during the war. There was a barmaid here called Nellie. By God, what a girl Nellie was. He said, "He knows me, ma'am." Look, he came out of the pub. And he's walking up the dock road. And there's a ring of fellas, and in the middle on the floor, there's a lad like that. He said, "What's wrong with him?" They said, "He wants to go to gents." He said, "Why doesn't he go?" They said, "What? In his dinner hour?" Well, he went. He went into one of these dockside cafes, you know the type. If you can't smell it, we haven't got it. You've had 4 bowls of soup before you realise the roof's leaking, and the girls who work in there, if they can handle dockers, they can handle anybody, can't they? "Hey, love, there's a fly in me cake. Give us it back, I'll give you a currant." And this bloke burst in. "Here's me cigar, the rest of me's coming." He said, "I want a big celebration meal." She said, "Big celebration meal." He said, "I want a sheep's head." "Sheep's head, one." He said, "I want an American sheep's head." "Take the brains out." That's the speed. And you see, we may possibly, I don't know, we may have friends from overseas in with us this evening. If you have, I mean, if we have friends from the New World, I mean, it's quite possible. It's quite feasible that, you know, they're saying, "What's he talking about?" You see, they don't realise it in America. They owe it all to us. Because whether you believe the history books or not, I'm telling you, the history books are rubbish. They will tell you the man came from Genoa, rhubarb. Christopher Columbus came from Garston. Oh, aye. Big Chris from the gasworks. Oh, aye. He was the very first European who was able to converse freely with the North American Red Indians. Because being a scout, he could talk with his hands. And he went to the chief, he said, you? Right, with the feathers and the horns? Well, Mio is going to learn you how to talk like us. And the chief said, all right. I wouldn't tell you if it wasn't true. He said, first of all, this is Columbus again. First of all, put your hand on that brick. So he put his hand on the brick, and Chris went, woof, with a hammer. And the chief shouted, ha! He said, now, letter B. But if only we'd had a couple more like that, we could have swung the world. We could have taken over the world. I mean, you know yourselves, when you come to a suave hotel, restaurant or club, like the likes of where we are this evening, all the staff are foreign. Have you noticed? French, Italian, Spaniards. The day is going to dawn when they run out of waiters over there and they're going to send over here for some of our lads. Now, can you imagine the Rome Hilton Hotel with a scouse head waiter? And the flunky on the door with the staff announcing them coming in. Sir John Smythe, QC. Come in, son, we drink your sherry. The Aga can. No, we can't. Come here, you Aga ship. Got your good spec here, son. You're right by the band. Now, what are you having? You can have ravioli. That's like tea bags in tomato sauce. Or saltfish in a basket. Or would you like soup? Is it compulsory? No, it's mushroom. Now, can you imagine anyone in his right mind snapping his fingers at that waiter? The kiss of death. All right, Hans. Who are you snapping at, son? Do you want to wake up with a crowd round you? This steak's funny. Well, laugh at it. I don't like all these flies in here. Well, tell us which ones you don't like and we'll chase them. It's the way we are. It is. And the woman nagging her husband, you know the way they do occasionally. You going out again, are you? Don't take me, no. I'm just a drudge. Never take me anywhere. Never take me anywhere. They give it a shake, 6:30 Saturday morning. He said, are you coming to the strike meeting? She said, I'm not going to the factory with your cronies. He said, all right, parrot. Who's talking about the factory? I'm talking about Hyde Park, London, the great metropolis. They get down to Hyde Park, they're going past Speaker's Corner, and there's a fella standing on the rostrum, and what a gob he's got. He's got a nose pointing east, 2 ears pointing west, big scar down, and he's shouting, friends, we've got a lot of new faces here today. Yeah, why don't you grab yourself one? When the meeting was over, he said, the lads and me have decided we're going to see a show. Now, of course, if you go to London, where better to go? I mean, you're going to find somewhere where you can have fish and chips or something, and nice and suave, and a few drinks. Where better than the talk of the town? Because, I mean, the talk of the town, they don't book stars. They book giants. They've had Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Tom Jones. You couldn't get in there with a week's wages. Unless there were 400 of you. Because 400 fellas from round here can get in anywhere, can't they? And can't you tell when they're coming in? Because when we're drunk, we always elect a spokesman, and he does all the shouting. You know, they come in, there's a £3,000 a night act on the stage, a big band, they're blasting away, and you can't hear them. All you can hear is one voice in the doorway. Yeah, lads, straight in here, right across, right to the end. The end, Charlie. Well, get them out. Couple of big fellas help Charlie with that old woman, will you? Get it out, Charlie, come on. Yeah, son, 402 chicken in the baskets. And out on stage comes one of those suave, sophisticated entertainers. You've seen the fella. Hello, 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 and welcome to the show. I don't want London Bridge any longer. Why? It's long enough already. Ha ha. And 400 fellas look up and say, huh? And the bloke at the back gets up with a tray round his neck and he's walking through the crowd. Yeah, that's apples, oranges, ripe tomatoes. Get on down, you lads. Hello, hello, hello. Our dog doesn't eat meat. Why? We don't give it any. Ha ha. Yeah, lads, apples, oranges, ripe tomatoes. He's getting on my nerves now. Hello, hello, hello. Why does a cow wear a bell? I don't know. Because its horns don't work. Ha ha. Yeah, lads, apples, oranges. Apples, oranges. He said, what happened to the ripe tomatoes? They said, here they come now, Jimmy. Well, there's 3 of them coming home in this car that they'd found. Bombing along the street, knocked a bobby off his bike. The bobby shouted after the driver, didn't you see me? He said, I knocked you down, didn't I? Of course, they're cordoned in, and then you get all the chat. Good afternoon, afternoon. The bobby said, is this your car? Are you the driver? He said, yeah. He said, well, why are you sitting in the back? He said, I'm long-sighted. The bobby said, blow this bag up. So he blew it up, and 3 days later, the Russians shot it down over Siberia. And the car, they had to ditch it. 1.25 miles to the gallon. They went to a filling station. They said, fill it up. The fella come round 20 minutes after. He said, hey, pal, can you switch the engine off? You're catching us up here. But this is the way we behave, isn't it? I mean, we've done this from years and years ago. We've grafted. I mean, people around here, we do think quick because we've all suffered. There isn't a man, woman or child in this room now who will argue with what I'm going to say. We have all suffered, one time or other, the pain and indignity of going to a dentist. Now, you know the place, you go in, the coat hanger's full of coats, and there's nobody there. You sit in the waiting room, and you hear a voice in the back saying, ah! And a bloke with blood all down his front comes out and says, next! You go in, you sit in the chair, he fills your mouth up with cotton wool and iron. I like that. And as soon as your mouth is chock-a-block, he starts asking you questions. Has it always hurt you? Then he puts the mask over your face and you're off. 99, 98, 97. And you're away. You and Bridget Bardot. Running through the cornfield. Smoking your players. And she's got a shift on. And so have you. You catch up to her and throw her into the waving corn. Way. And fall beside her. And she looks up and says, spit in the bowl, love. It's true, isn't it? It's true. But we've earned this over years of graft, as I said before. No, there were good days, weren't they? I mean, what could we ever look forward to? Well, once a year, Christmas, right? Now, you can always tell that Christmas is coming. They always have Easter eggs in Woolies. And at Christmas time, what do? All the lads in the pub, Christmas Eve afternoon. 16 pints of bitter on a tray, 2 in each hand, 2 under each arm, and you're there. Well, as long as the kids are enjoying themselves, that's the main thing. But is that the main thing? Because sometime or other, over the festive season, you've got to take your child to a pantomime. Do you realise what you're going to take them to watch? This show, live on stage, that they've never seen before, where a man comes out and sings, I'm going away, and 24 people dance across saying, he's going away, he's going away, he's going away. And your child is sitting there saying, my dad's brought me to see a crowd of nutters here. And he hasn't heard the story. Goldilocks. 3 bears live in a house, eat porridge and talk. Do you realise what could have happened if we'd have had talking bears? the Cunard buildings the morning after the Titanic went down. And a bloke there reading out the list of survivors and a polar bear at the back shouting, "Any news of the iceberg, son?"
Oh, it's true.
And not just that. Christmas has funny effects. I mean, as I said before, all the lads go to the pub Christmas afternoon, but what about Christmas night? Everyone's in the pub. The kids are asleep waiting for Santa. So the whole pub is swinging. And right in the middle, there's always one woman crying. All night. Her husband's completely ignoring her. Shine on every moon. All this side now, come on, up in the sky. All sway to one way, come on. Shine on every. He doesn't spot it till closing time. And then he's over. What are you crying for? What are you crying for?
Somebody should have been with our Jimmy.
He's been out, Jimmy's in America.
Well, somebody should have been with him at Christmas.
He said America's 3,000 miles away.
Well, somebody should have been with Jimmy. He's on his own over there.
But our Jimmy's 37.
Well, he should have been with him, somebody.
He said, all right. I'm going now to America. Now. His mate said, you can't, the buses have stopped. He said, I'm going. Now. Is that how you're going to get there? He said, look. Going. America. Now. I'm going to row. They all come out to the pub, right down to the riverside. There it is, a little dinghy, a couple of oars. And he's got all his stuff for the transatlantic voyage. 5 crates of Guinness, 500 woodies. Jumps in and strikes out for the new world. And they're all waving, God bless you, Charlie. Safe home, son. God go with you, lad. They all went back to the pub, kept it open till 12 o'clock. Farewell to Charlie night. About 10 to 12, his mate said to him, did you take the tow rope off that boat? He said, no. He said, well, he's still tied up to the quay. They went down to the quayside, pitch black, you could hear the oars. One of them shouted, Charlie! He said, God blimey, no one knows me in America. Seriously. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have been nice, and I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll have to have the lights off now, Leslie, because we're going to do that song. And with the assistance of this brave trio here, good lads, we're doing The Lord Have Mercy on Me. Let's hear you sing, okay. The Lord above was very pleased, he'd given men identities and sent us to this world to work and slave. He put a stamp on me and you so we would know just who was who, and that will follow us right to the grave. I could have come from old Bombay, but someone sent me Bootle way. The Lord had mercy on me. I could have lived near old Fort Knox, someone sent me near the docks. The Lord had mercy on me. I could have come from China, Peru or Germany, from old Japan, the Isle of Man or Nashville, Tennessee. But my feet begin to tingle when I'm walking round the dingle, 'cause the Lord had mercy on me. I could have come from Africa, Siam or old Nepal, but I must say I'm glad today I'm walking round Bangkok. Now Scotland could be my abode, but I prefer old Scotland Road. The Lord had mercy on me. Yes, sirree, the Lord had mercy on me. Right, no, do you remember years ago when people didn't have the worries they've got now? We didn't have streakers. Streakers? I mean, they're not brave. If they were any good, they'd walk. In them days, when you met a girl, you met her to dance, and you danced properly. They don't dance now, do they? They shuffle round and shout now. Who are you with? With me, mate. Getting shot at them or what? Years ago we had style. You went to your local dance hall, the girls got in early, the lads were outside trying to borrow a tie. You go in, all the girls were at one end, all the lads were at the bar with pass out stamped on their hands. Your mate would say, which one do you fancy? I said, the one in the blue looks all right. Yeah, look who she's with though, lads. Don't leave me with her. Don't leave me with her, pal. But when you danced together. Your mate would say, if there's one you fancy, blow down her ear while you're dancing. And you wouldn't click, but you'd deafen a couple. And the chat we had. God, we were suave. You were doing the foxtrot and she'd say, where are you working? Dead polished. And you say atomic research, actually. And she'd say, I'm a TV announcer myself, like, you know. The next day, she'd serve you your soup in Stan Waters' cafe on the Dock Road. There was romance. I mean, all the ladies in the room now, weren't your husbands romantic when they proposed? I mean, okay, our style isn't quite hands and knees, I'll admit that. We've got our own style, it's more like hand in the pocket, walk up and down. You getting married or what? Please yourself. I'm not very good looking. That's all right, you'll be at work all day. Will you let me work? I'm relying on it. Where are we going to live? Over a pawn shop. You want to be near your wedding ring, don't you? Do you remember? Do you remember the weddings we had? 5-part weddings we had. Church, pub, house, pub, house. Out of the church, 10 to 3, and you're legging it for the pub. They play the bride down the aisle with... Down the steps of the church, the photographer's trying to stop you. You're shouting, take one big picture and cut it up after. And you booked the back room of a pub for a few jars, and of course you always put Big Uncle Harry on the door to make sure there were no interlopers. But there was always one fella who got through, and he did it brilliantly, didn't he? He comes to the door and he say, don't want to come in, like, Ace. Just want a word with the bride's mother, that's all. And she'd say, what is it, son? Now, you don't know me from Adam, actually, love, but I was at the service, and I was very deeply touched. I was wondering if you'd pass on my regards to the happy couple. Never mind that, son, come in. And he's in. Oh. 3:15, you carry in the crates home. Who's helping you? Our mate. You get back to the house, there's 12 crates missing, and so was he. You don't know who he was, but he's on all the wedding photographs. When they had the wedding at home, the reception was always salad, wasn't it? And it was there a week waiting for you. All curled up like that. They'd wallpapered around it. And you'd sit down, they'd say, what are you doing on the corned beef table? You're on the ham table with our family. And their crowd's on the potted meat. Move them down. And all the knives and forks had little bits of string on to show who'd lent them. And as soon as somebody dropped a cup, they were all down to see whose it was. And you were just about to tuck in and they'd start. Order now, give order, bride's father, one of our own. Go on, Jimmy, speak up, son. Do you remember the bride's father? What a brilliant orator that man was. What a gift of his native tongue. Well, like to, you know. And he's written this. I'd like to thank you all for shooting down here. If you want to make a sarnie out of your salad, you can do. In a couple of minutes, we'll be starting the kitty for the ale. Thank you. And they'd book a turn, and the turn wouldn't come. And they'd say, it's all right, the family will help out. You'll sing, won't you, Charlie? Oh, I'll give you no song, girl. Yeah, don't you? So Uncle Charlie would oblige with a rendition. Now, he always had one tooth in the middle of his head. Central eating. Half a woody in the corner of his mouth, his left eye streaming water from the smoke. And you were drunk, but you still knew he was singing rubbish. He's out at the body down in Mexico way, yeah. They're all shouting, go on, son, give it stick there, go on. And all the old ones in the corner saying, isn't he fantastic? Could have been an opera, but he didn't want to leave his pigeons. At 5:30, you'd adjourn to the pub, and of course you drank steady till about 11:15, and then back to the house for the final burst. But of course 11:15 is the danger period, isn't it? The fight could start any minute now. And the women know it. So they're coming back with their husbands saying, when you get back there, keep your mouth shut. What are you talking about? You were bad enough at me dad's funeral, you. Dancing on the table with no keks on me, saw you. You're all in the kitchen, eating spare ribs and wiping your hands on your shirt. And Uncle Jimmy decides he'll toast the bride and groom. Now, Jimmy was drunk at 1:45. He's well away now. Well, I'd like to toast the bride and groom. Now, I know the lad very well. He's my favourite nephew. And the girl seems a nice girl, despite the family of snides that she comes from. And I'm sure if he tries hard enough, he'll make an honest girl out of it. And the bride's mother's up with those immortal words. Don't you say nothing about that girl. That girl's my Wales. If the truth's known, that girl's too good for that lad. And the bridegroom's mother's up. Listen here, Courtney. You want the truth? I'll tell you the truth. Your daughter told lies so she could marry my son. It wasn't him at all. And the poor old bridegroom is trying to split them up. Hey, yeah, ma'am, sit down, but Auntie Mary. Yeah, Mrs. Jones, sit down. Get your hands off my mother, you. I'm only trying to... Never mind what you're doing, son. You touch my mother again, I'll burst you. Who said he burst our kid on his wedding night? The next thing, the room's up. 40 of them, killing each other. The heads going in, the Timson, everything. It's the Dulcis now, you know. And there's always one fella at the back of the fight shouting, mind the ale, lads, mind the ale. And the bobbies come. You know the bobbies, always walk in twos if they haven't got a dog. Bodies everywhere, blood all over the floor. What's the trouble? No trouble here, officer. We were doing the okey cokey and we bumped into each other. Those were the days. They were. It's all changed now, come on. It's all different. Our kid's had this problem. He's found a change. He married a girl from out of town. Over the water. Funny woman that he married. Oh no, I've got to be fair. Horrible woman. In bad company when she's on her own. When she sucks a lemon, the lemon pulls her face. And soft. You know what I mean, soft? Tries to make chips with smash. You want to see her cooking a Sunday joint? In the oven, she puts a big piece of meat and a little piece. When the little one's burnt, the big one's ready. You know what I I said to her one day, I said, hey, love, this chicken tastes peculiar. She said, the poor thing got burnt, so I put some Vaseline on it. I don't want to give people... Get you after. I don't want to give people the wrong idea. Because quite feasibly, this evening, we might have people in the room who are not from Merseyside. I don't know whether we have we? Have we any strangers? We have? Oh, they got yeses and nos. Where are the yeses from? Newcastle. What are you doing here? Oh, University? What? Aye. Oh, Liverpool. Oh, dear me, eh? So nice. Well, see what I mean. Well, we don't teach them on the field, we teach them in the class. I wouldn't scare you. Oh, yeah, no. Friends, we want to really hear you. This time, tremendously. No, well, for the benefit of our mates from Newcastle, then, because they're quite entitled to be sitting there saying, he's talking rubbish, nobody thinks as quick as the fellas he's... I'm going to prove we are as quick. Friends, I really want to hear it. I haven't said a wrong word. I've said we've got answers to everyone. OK, the one person we can't fully answer is a nagging wife. We know that. Although, God knows, men, we've tried. You going out again, are you? Suppose there'll be women? Don't be chatting any women up. I'm not playing second fiddle to anyone. With a gob like yours, you're lucky to be in a band. We've tried. So how are you going to pacify this woman? You can't win. You know that. You can't win. So once a year, you take her on holiday. But once in a lifetime, you take her abroad. This is bad. Because a fella from round here, outside the 3-mile limit, is lethal. I mean, for a start, we've got different gifts in this area, haven't we? I mean, we all talk the same way. We all say our T's like S's. Hello. Grace. We make our own words up, we do, don't we? Where have you been? I had to go to the vets. The cat's been as sick as a dog. What chance has a foreigner got with that? You should have seen the notes we used to get in school. Johnny couldn't come today because he hasn't been. I've given him something to make him go, and as soon as he's been, he'll come. Come on. And you're taking the wife and kids to sunny Spain. You're flying from London Airport, and you're taking me mum and Auntie Mary and all the family down to London to wave their hankies as you take off. And the night before your first ever flight in a plane, you're panicking in the pub. And what are your mates like when you're panicking? Flying tomorrow, and they go. Always happens in threes, and there's been 2 crashes this week, you know. By the time you get to London, you're smashed out of your mind. You're drunk at Lime Street. 16 returns, Jimmy. Where to? Back here, you clown. You're going along in the train. The wife says, find out where we are. So you open the window and shout, Porter, where are we? Leatherhead. Same to you, pig face. Shut the window. You get down to London. You and the wife and kids go through the customs, and that's an ordeal. Going through customs with kids. They'd hang you, wouldn't they? Anything to declare? No. Any tobacco, spirits, jewellery, watches, cameras? No. But he was getting near, wasn't he, Dad? By the time you've got your fingers off his throat, you're beginning to realise you've been conned. No wonder 6 weeks in Spain only cost you £5. You're flying Air Liverpool. And she's there, your Air Liverpool hostess. Big holes in her tights. White pumps, black laces. Rollers in, Arthur Woody. Welcome aboard, boys. Like this trip, it's great. Pilot's a smashing fella. As soon as we get him sober, we'll be off. Thinking it could be candid camera, you get on the plane. You sit down, and your skipper speaks to you over the intercom. All right, Big Harry here. Bit bevy, like, but I'll be all right when we get in the air. I'll open a couple of windows. Now we're going to What's name? It's that way. I'll tell you after. Now, with regard to crashing. Now, if you're in any danger at all, you'll know straight away because the co-pilot's a chicken. And he'll run down the middle aisle with a parachute, shouting, "We're gonna crash, we're gonna crash!" Now, while the fear of God is being put up you, me mum and Auntie Mary and all the family, they're on the tower of London Airport with their hankies. And they're all gonna wave at the first plane out, and you're not on it. And they're there. Bye-bye, happy holidays, cheery-ho. And you're 200 yards away in a soundproof jumbo trying to attract their attention. Mary! We're over here! You stupid show, we're over here! That's your family all over there. That's typically your crowd. With the gobs on them. Mary! By the time you look back, everyone on that plane is looking at you. And this is when our brand of wit comes into play. Who but a fella from round here could turn and face 340 pairs of hostile eyes with, "All right, nose." You've all had a good look, have you? All right, come out. And at 25,000 feet, you get your mouth organ out. The wife gets the spoons out. And you're playing, and they won't join in. And you can't understand it, because they do on a chatter. And by the time you get to Spain, nobody's talking to you. And you're going down the gangplank, and there's a Spaniard shouting at you. "Buenos dias, senor." What did he say? I'm taking no chances. I'm going to belt him in the mouth. You get to your holiday hotel, and you're signing in. "Hello, senor. Is this your wife?" "Come on, pal. You don't think I'd live in sin with her, do you?" You're signing. Now, you've spent all winter saving up to go to the warmest place in Europe and sit in the coolest pub. But the wife wants you on the beach and she's annoyed. Now, when the girls get annoyed, they don't talk to you. They talk to you through the kids. You know, just ask your father, is he going on the beach? Go on. If he was half a man, he'd take you to the circus. If he was half a man, I'd be in the circus. Out on the beach, you've got all your Tarzans of Europe. You've seen them. Big bronzy, bikini pants. Whoa. And out he comes. Britain's answer. Rolled up trousers. Knotted hanky. Vest and braces. It's 103 in the shade, and he's carrying an overcoat. He's paddling in 2 inches of water. He's got the wife on a rock, looking out for sharks. And somebody gives him a deck chair. Have you seen a drunken man trying to put a deck chair up? Isn't he great? A swine of a thing, this, look at it. Like the brains of a rocking horse. And a French fella comes to help. "Bonjour, monsieur." "Clear off, Froggy." Never lasted 5 minutes in the war. Clear up. I want to stand to attention for the mayonnaise. Go on. The courier takes you out to the Benedictine monastery to watch the monks making the wine. And the little abbot comes up. "Now we're going to sample the wine, which the monks make. Now the most that any man can drink and remain standing up is 3 glasses. Don't give him a challenge, Reverend." Then the monks will come into the open air and sing the hymns. So they go in for a few scoops. They come out, he's missing. And out come the monks. Oh. And the last monk out is wearing a knotted hanky. The world record is 3 glasses. This man has destroyed it by 2.5 bottles. All my life's a shackle. There's a monk at the front swinging the incense, and he's shouting, "Hey, Jimmy, your handbag's on fire." Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a song, just to finish off, this song will also be on the record, depending on the band, of course. Okay, Frederick, here we go. I won't say that I'm the only one who loves her. I won't say I make her happy all the time. There's someone she can't forget. I know she never will. And yet, as far as my heart's concerned, she's mine. She never once has told me that she needs me. She forgets when I'm around her all the time. There are words I try to say when she turns and walks away, but as far as my heart's concerned, she's mine. She's mine, and yet I know someday I'll lose her. But she'll never take that happiness we've found. I know it may sound foolish when I tell you that I'm satisfied just having her around. 'Cause even when she's in my arms, I know she's lonely. I wish that I could get that someone off her mind. Since her mother left our world, she's been Daddy's little girl. She's a baby, I'm her daddy, and she's mine. She's a baby, I'm her daddy, and she's mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom O'Connor! Come on!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've been a lovely audience. The people at the back just said, marvellous record. They said, just went like they went, marvellous. It's lying on the floor at the time, like. No, you've got to, you see, when you all go tonight, we'll have a big party like we did last night with Decca, you know. Oh, great here, what a party. The whiskey flowed like glue. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a really nice audience. Thank you tremendously. You've been a really nice audience, and I couldn't possibly leave you without doing a song dedicated to the fellow I've been talking about since I came on, the working man. So, with the assistance of these three hard-working men, and I'm using the term loosely, have you got a G7th? Any of them. Up in the morning, out on the job, work like the devil for my pay, while that lucky old son, he's got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. The bloke in the butcher's with a dog. The dog jumped over the counter, grabbed a leg of lamb, out the door. The butcher said, "Is that your dog?" He said, "It used to be, pal, but it fends for itself now." Toil for my woman, sweat for my kids, work till I'm wrinkled and grey, while that lucky old son, He's got nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. And the Bobby that came home found his wife on the couch with 3 blokes. He said, hello, hello, hello. She said, aren't you talking to me? Good Lord above, don't you see I'm pining? Tears all in my eyes. Send down that cloud with a silver lining and lift me to paradise. Fella saw the sign. Join our Christmas club, pay what you like, take what you want. He went and said, I want to join a Christmas club. Fella said, how much do you want to start with? He said, tuppence. He said, no, you're not leaving yourself short. He said, no, I'll be all right. Went back Christmas Eve. He said, I want a 9-gallon barrel of bitter. And the fella said, you've only got tuppence on your card. He said, it's got it up there, son. Pay what you like, take what you want. He said, you can't do that. He said, I can. Got a Bobby with me. The Bobby said, he can, pal. Trade Descriptions Act. He's going out the door with the ale. The Bobby said, by God, you caught him. He said, well, I'll go back for the £3 deposit on the barrel. Show me that river. Take me across and wash all my troubles away. Like that lucky old sun, give me nothing to do. Ladies and gentlemen, some people think it's nice to be important. I reckon it's more important to be nice. Can I thank you for being a nice audience? Good night and God bless. But roll round heaven all day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom O'Connor.